Welcome on now to opening night of high school football season here in Wisconsin. Rich Reynolds joined by former UW Badger Mark Martinez as we get set to bring you this one here tonight. Badger North Conference game, Oregon at DeForest. Great atmosphere, great weather. I'm pumped up. I'm sure the players are too. Coach, you've been on the coaching side of things as well as recently as last year. How fired up are you and your team if you're coaching right now and going into the season?
First game jitters, of course, but they're very excited. They've been working all off season in the room. They've been going over film, summer practices, summer weight room, and they're just ready to hit somebody other than themselves that they've been doing for the last couple of weeks. So that first game, everybody's got jitters, but they're anxious to get out there and play.
One of the things they're going to be talking about tonight isn't a first game, but a last game happened in 1999. Jerry Rolke, the longtime coach that was here in DeForest, he's an assistant actually now, but a longtime head coach, won a state championship. They're honoring him tonight. Boy, what a history he has.
Absolutely. He started coaching in 1968 for DeForest. The last 15 years or so as a volunteer, so he loves the sport, obviously, and he's going to get a chance to get a standing ovation from the crowd and honor him tonight for 50 years of coaching. It's amazing.
And a well-deserved one, and the DeForest crowd pumped up, and why not? Not only do they have a good football team, beautiful stadium here as well. The fans are into it, and the one thing that you're going to notice about the DeForest Norski football team, they're big, and when I mean big, I mean tall. This is a tall bunch.
Big, tall, lanky, a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball. They're, of course, always vying for the Badger North title, and they're going to go for it again this year.
And boy, what a tough conference they're in. Oregon in a little bit of a different spot, struggled last year, hoping for better things this year.
They are. Dan Kissing's 8th year into the program. He's trying to get them into the upper half of the Badger South, and tonight's going to be a good win for him if he can get it over a formidable DeForest team.
We will go ahead and talk with the coaches. That is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. All straight ahead. This is the 10 Pin Alley pregame show, and this is 57 Sports. Back on the 10 Pin Alley pregame shows and move along now. Do some coach speak as we check in with the head coach of Oregon, Dan Kissling. And coach, brand new season getting started here today. The schedule makers did you no favors. A tough road test against DeForest to open up, huh?
Yeah, our first couple of games are going to be tough, going against DeForest and Mount Horeb next week, and then starting with MG. So it's going to be tough, but in this conference, no matter who you start with, you got some really good teams, and it's going to be top to bottom, and our conferences are pretty good. So it's always competitive.
Coach, who do you got starting at quarterback for you? You got a new starter this year. Who's going to lead the offense?
We're going to start with Cedric Gerard right off the bat here, and Nolan Look will also be switching in there at quarterbacks. We've got a great quarterback battle all fall, and they're both doing the right things, so we couldn't really decide. So we're going to go with the senior first, and then go from there. So whoever's on the roll today, we're going to go with them then.
Defensively, DeForest can cause some problems. They struggled on offense last year, but they got some wide receivers that can go up and get at some big, tall guys. How do you match up defensively against the Norskis?
That's a key there. We got some pretty tall guys out there at the defensive back, but not that big. We're fairly athletic this year, and we're just hoping to match up with their front and try to control the run, and let's just see what they try to get 7 in the box and see if we can get them to throw the ball.
Linebackers are the strength of your defense. Talk about what that unit's going to bring to your defense this season.
Our inside backers, we have 3 guys back from last year. That one guy was all conference, second team all conference, Sam Reynolds. We have Brett Wanabo, who was our running back. We have John Kluss, who's started for me as a freshman. Got hurt last year against Wanakee first game, so he wasn't very effective last year, but is really good this year, and I think he's good.
Coach, opening night, good luck. Thanks for joining us. Yep, thanks for being on. We'll have more as we'll come back with Coach Minnick next here on the 10 Pin Alley pregame show right here on 57 Sports. Counting down to kickoff as we are joined now by the head coach of the DeForest Norskis, Mike Minnick, and Coach. Brand new season, getting going here tonight. One thing that I'm noticing is your team's warming up. This is one of the tallest football teams I think I've ever seen in my life. How do you use that size to your advantage?
Well, hopefully you can use it to your advantage. We got a couple of those guys that are receivers for us, so that does give us hopefully a little advantage out on the edge there.
Coach, you talked about the receivers. Who are some other offensive playmakers that are going to be handling the rock tonight?
Well, our quarterback, Sam Vomhoff, senior. He's one of those tall guys, too, you're talking about, 6'3" kid. And then our running back, Evan Armstrong, sophomore. And then our two outside guys, Bryce Duffy and Jarrett Klein.
Everybody always looks at the Badger North Conference. It seems like a lot of heavyweights in this conference. How do you stack up this year against teams like Wanakee and Mount Horeb that have had some real good success lately?
It's a tough challenge. You know, they're very talented squads. I think the league, it's going to be a great league this year. So you got to be ready every Friday night, ready to go.
Defensively, who do you look to lead your staunch defense tonight and throughout the season?
I would say our two inside linebackers, Griffin Holmes and Bryson Girton. They've really shown some great leadership throughout practice. They're two seniors.
Hoping to call Jared Stitchkin's name tonight, too. I know him, so
Okay, yeah.
hopefully he has himself.
He's right in the mix there, too, so he's doing a nice job for us.
Excellent. Hopefully he has a good game. Hopefully you do as well, Coach, and get the season started off right. Thank you so much for your time. The Blowing Smoke Tailgating Show. Yeah, the barbecue tailgating show coming up next. This has been 10 Pin Alley's pregame show on 57 Sports.
Hey folks, it's the Blowin' Smoke Barbecue Tailgating Showcase, and I'm here now with Robert Bishop, owner of Blowin' Smoke Barbecue in Wanakee. How are you, Robert?
Doing good, Justin.
Good to have you.
Good seeing you.
Thanks for having us up here. So, what are we looking at here today?
This is our going to be our tailgate appetizer special.
Okay.
Chiefs games, Packer games, Badger games, of course.
Okay.
What we got here is our
You got some
bread,
onion rings?
onion ring, beer battered onion rings.
Yeah.
These are buffalo chicken cheese balls.
Okay.
Mozzarella, cheddar, cream cheese, buffalo chicken.
Okay.
Deep fried in a little panko.
Sure.
We've got our beer battered mushrooms.
Okay.
With a little of our secret seasoning in there.
Okay.
And then just some French fries and sweet fries to go with.
Very good. Very
Serve
good.
it up with a little homemade ranch dressing.
Wow. So that you make that in-house?
Yep, we make that too.
And people should know that you make the cheese balls, the mushrooms, and the onion rings all
Right.
in-house here.
Yep.
So, all right, let's give it a try here. I'm going to try, I haven't had the mushroom yet, so
Okay.
I'm going to try that. Do people eat it with ranch typically?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
We got a horsey that we make here, horsey sauce that
Okay.
comes with those. It's really good. You like a little spice.
Oh my God.
We cook these mushrooms down in beer, first of all, with a little
Yeah.
rosemary. That takes away most of that moisture. Then we let them cool out, then we batter them up, and then deep fry them. So they're not like the kind you bite into and all the water drips out of them. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And I can taste the beer, which is great. And this is something that you said you're doing for Chiefs games, Packer games, and so forth?
Yep. Football, basically any day football's on, we'll be doing these things.
Awesome.
Just a good way to start off your meal, you know.
And you got some TVs in your area here so people can come and enjoy the games here.
You bet, yep.
And also, but if you wanted to bring some home, you can do that as well.
Sure, just give us a call. If it's a large order, maybe a day in advance. If it's a small order, take care of it, in just an hour or so, and pop by, pick it up, and get home and watch the game.
Award-winning barbecue right here in Wanakee with Blowin' Smoke Barbecue. Robert, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And there's more high school football coming up right after this.
All right, it is the Monona State Bank coin toss right now as everybody has made it out to midfield as we are just about set to get this game going. And the coin toss just about on the way. Team captains from both teams here, along with our head official, Daryl. Let's listen in if we can.
Other than that, any questions for us, gentlemen? If not, let's have a good game both ways. White, you're going to call it. I have a coin with a tail and a head. There's a head and a tail. I'm going to ask you what you'd like to call. I'm going to toss it. If I drop it, I will pick it up and retoss it, okay? What would you like to call? Heads is called. It is a tail, blue. You have the choice. You can receive, kick, defend a goal, or defer until the second half. Okay.
And they have decided to defer as DeForest has won the coin toss and will defer. So that means that Oregon is going to go ahead and get the ball first. We will have that plus the Cricket Wireless National Anthem that is straight ahead right here as we are at the Kickoff Bowl in DeForest on 57 Sports. And just about time for the 2017 Kickoff Bowl here in the A-1 Furniture and Mattress Bowl Series as we are in DeForest tonight. A gorgeous night for football. The Norskies going up against Oregon. And I tell you what a great night. You know, so many times we do these games in August. It's hot as heck. That's not the case tonight. Good hitting weather, isn't it, Mark?
It certainly is. A little bit cloudy, but that's okay. It's in the high 60s, low 70s. You know, Heartland Arrowhead is known as the crown jewel for the stadiums and for high school football in Wisconsin. But the DeForest Stadium here will take no second seat to anybody else because this is one of the nicest stadiums you'll find around the state of Wisconsin.
Absolutely beautiful. DMB Community Bank Stadium is the name of it, and it is absolutely gorgeous and fairly new as well. Great views. The field's in terrific shape. We were out there earlier, and they are just about set right now for the Cricket National Anthem. So let's head on down to the field and take it all in. The 2017 Kickoff Bowl coming up next. That, by the way, the Cricket National Anthem. We will have football for you right after this as you are watching the A-1 Furniture and Mattress Bowl Series on 57 Sports. It is Hawaiian shirt night here, and why not? It is a beautiful night, Hawaiian in nature. You could feel the breeze coming off the prairie. Just, you know, envision volcanoes and oceans and stuff like that around. We don't have that, but we got everything else for you here tonight. Gorgeous setting for football here in DeForest, DMB Community Bank Stadium, and we are just about set for the kickoff of the 2017 season, and here we go. Oregon's going to be with the ball first and taking the kickoff at around the 10-yard line. Big opening now, and look at this. Racing into the clear all the way down at the 30-yard line, and a terrific return on the play by Jalil Turner. And Turner, the burner, if you will, able to get a huge kickoff return, and what a start tonight here for Oregon.
Senior running back Jalil Turner, 5'7", 140, small guy that made a huge play to start the season for Oregon.
Absolutely, some great blocking up front, and Coach Kissling and company are in good shape as getting behind center is the senior quarterback, Cedric Gerard, 6'1" and 165. As a slight delay here as I think they are trying to get the correct spot on the field. Looked like Turner was down around the 30-yard line. And we are just about set. As here we go. Oregon has struggled over the last 2 years. They had a great season. It was 2 years ago we saw them. They beat Monona Grove at home. Everything seemed to be right. Now it's a team that needs to get back on track.
They had a lot of injuries in the first couple of games. They lost 5 guys to season-ending injuries the first 3 games of the season last year, and that kind of trickled down to the rest of the team, took a little bit of wind out of their sails.
Panthers now take over in terrific field position. Their first drive of the night, only 30 yards to pay dirt, as the give's going to be on the inside. Good counter action that time on the give as it goes to Keon Schutte, and Schutte picks up 5 yards.
As you would expect, starting out the season, you want to try to get your ground attack going before you start going to the air. Tried a little counter maneuver, found some openings there on the left side of the offensive line for 5 yards.
And for the Panthers, we expect to see a lot of ground game. That is their attack, as you see how they line up with 3 backs. They do run a lot of option as a back in motion. This time it's a fullback, and with daylight and a first down across the 20 and out to the 18-yard line, as the give was straight up the middle to Brett Winnebo.
Looked like Max Klepping got a nice pull block there, opening up a hole, enabling Oregon to get their first down of the season and keep the momentum going.
So a nice start for Oregon as they get a first down. Setting up shop here. We are just getting going on a gorgeous Friday night here in South Central Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us as it's the fullback once again, and nothing doing there as stout right up the middle was Griffin Holmes.
As you'd expect, the Norski defense started to do some run blitzing there to slow down the Oregon running game, and were able to corral them for no gain.
No gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10, and not a position that you want to be if you are the Panthers. That is a team offensively that needs to stay ahead of down and distance. When you're an option team, when you run the ball a lot, getting into long distance and down situations, kind of a bad thing, isn't it, Mark?
It certainly is. You want to make sure you get those first downs and able to get 4 or 5 yards on first down.
So here on 2nd and 10, and the give back the other way is going to go to Schutte once again, and Schutte is able to tiptoe his way across the 15 and down to the 13-yard line, and a pickup of 4.
Kind of a longer developing play, Rich, but they're able to get a couple of key kick-out blocks on the end and be able to get another 5 yards to get a manageable 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 here.
Big 3rd down right here to get the game started for the Panthers, as a short field to work with. You'd like to get some points on the board right away. 3rd and 6. Gerard rolls right, has some pressure, lost the football, and a bunch of Panthers dive on it, but nice defense that time by the Norskis as they force the fumble back out to the 20-yard line.
Play action coming off one of their successful run plays there. Quarterback was booting out. Gerard looked like he had a guy opening up in the end zone, but the defender made a play on the ball, knocked it loose, and ends up being 4th and long.
A loss on the play of 4 yards for Gerard. What it's going to do is bring up a 4th and 10, and Oregon is going to go for it early on. So Coach Kissling trying to get 7 out of this drive. Split wide receivers, Gerard back, instant pressure, he gets away, now throws late over the middle, jump ball, and it's incomplete. Gerard did a great job of avoiding the rush, did get the ball off, but nothing open downfield.
Well, you're kind of in no man's land there. It's a 36, 37-yard field goal. In high school, it's definitely not a sure thing, so they went for it. Gerard did a great job eluding the pass rush, even getting the ball up, give his guy a chance to catch it. Almost made a grab there, but DeForest takes over now.
Coach Minnick's got to be really happy about the fact that, listen, his special teams didn't do him any favors, but his defense stood strong with their backs up against the goalpost. So, first drive of the season now for the Norskis, as we are just getting set, and the handoff and a big hole to Armstrong over right tackle. He's across the 30, 35 to the 40 before he is pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line, in a pickup of 21 for Armstrong, but flag on the play, holding, and it's going to bring it all back. Ouch.
Sophomore running back there, Rich, had a really nice run, followed his blockers well, but it's going to come back. I'm sure they're going to go back to Armstrong there, but pretty impressive run. First carry of the season for the sophomore.
Great hole opened up, but it opened up with the aid of some holding there. So one of the things when we talk about the DeForest Norskies, we hear a lot about their size, about the receivers, what they can do. What we haven't heard a lot is Sam Vomhoff, but Coach Minnick says he's a playmaker.
Senior quarterback, obviously he's a leader. He led them all summer, and they're 7. And we're looking to see him throw the ball to a couple of those tall receivers you mentioned.
Vomhoff out of shotgun this time. The given's going to be to Armstrong up the middle, and he breaks through a couple of arm tackles across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Good, strong run by Armstrong.
5'11", 155 pounds, not the biggest kid in the world, but he looked like he had a little bit of power there. He's got some speed and shiftiness to him. He's going to be an exciting one to watch. Again, only a sophomore.
Again, this is our first week here in the A-1 Furniture and Mattress High School Bowl Series, a kickoff bowl. And thanks for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying some of the sights and sounds of pictures, by the way. Look fantastic. New graphics package. Love that. As well as pass on the money as it goes out to Griffin Holmes, who makes the catch just shy of the 40-yard line. And a first down. Check that. That was Bryce Duffy, the tight end.
Bryce Duffy is an all-conference tight end last year. 6'4", 212-pound, good-sized target for the quarterback to go after. And again, you mentioned it, Rich, they got a lot of size on the perimeter offense for DeForest.
Yeah, nice big targets for Vomhoff to throw to. It's again out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the right, Armstrong up the middle. And it seems like right now the Norskies are pretty content with trying to spread out the Panther defense and then run in between the tackles.
Get the defense going horizontal and open up some running lanes. And again, I'm actually really excited to watch this sophomore kid here. Normally a sophomore comes in is going to run the ball for usually a bigger kid in between the tackles. This guy's 155 pounds, just making guys miss.
Doing a good job. Armstrong, by the way, is not the regular starter on offense as the tailback. We'll get into that here in just a second. As 2nd and 7, Armstrong off a left tackle, just shy of a first down. Another nice carry for Armstrong. As right now, Armstrong is the starter. He is only a sophomore, as you mentioned, Mark. Logan Hackle, who would have been the starter, is out. Leg injury, a bit of a problem, I guess, with blood in his leg. So a little bit of a scary situation for Hackle. And Armstrong right now substituting ably here in the first period. So 3rd down and 1 as it's going to be Armstrong tries to stretch. Armstrong stretches the play out, gets across the 50 out to the 45, smack down there, but a first down and a pickup of 8 for Armstrong.
John Klutz, linebacker for Oregon, had him dead to rights in the backfield for about a 2-3 yard loss. Armstrong was able to wiggle out of that and get 8-10 yards on that run to get a first down and keep the Norskies drive going.
Second first down on the drive for the Norskies. They're running some clocks as well. Armstrong, by the way, 4 carries, 24 yards on the drive. Pass out to the left side, and it is complete for a short gain as it goes out to Jarek Klein, starting flanker, and Klein picks up 4 yards.
Vomhoff has a nice arm on him, throws a nice tight spiral there. When you're throwing the ball to your left, Rich, you got to really open your hips up and step into that so your receiver can catch it and run. I'm sure he'll grow with that, but a nice completion there for manageable 2nd and 6.
2 for 2, 16 yards on the drive for Vomhoff. Again, out of shotgun. As the Panther defense getting spread out, looked like some motion before the start of the play. Klein jumping early, and a courtesy forward penalty flag is going to be 5 yards against the Norskies.
Oftentimes when you got a lineman pulling, which they had there, he'll get a little bit anxious, try to jump the snap just to get out there a little quicker, and that time he pulled a little too early, going to cost him 5 yards.
By the way, big thank you tonight to both Pizza Hut, who was able to provide some amazing food for us this evening, as I think I'm quite stuffed here so far. And we'll get to the other restaurant in just a second as we are on 2nd down, and we'll call it 11. Vomhoff going to air it out deep down the right side, and incomplete. Nearly a spectacular catch from Lucas Zepeniak, who was twisting around, had the ball in his hands momentarily, but just could not bring it in.
Well, Lucas was the guy who saved the touchdown on the kick return that Oregon had. he ran down the returner, and he had his guy beat right there, almost had the catch. I'm sure they'll go back to him again. They have that tall receiver crew, and they're going to be throwing the ball up high all night.
Vomhoff, a nice job putting some air underneath that ball on the long toss. Now it's going to be third. We'll call it 11. Norskies again on their first drive of the night. Vomhoff looks right, overshoots Zapiniak, and that's going to bring up fourth down for the Norskies.
Yep, bringing on the punting crew here. Going to go with the field position game. You don't want to take any chances and give Oregon the ball in the middle of the field, so they're going to punt it, try to put them back inside the 20-yard line.
And probably a good idea to go ahead and play some field position here right now. Scoreless just getting going. Each team failed on their first drive. As fourth down now, punt underway and kind of off the side of the foot, but it's going to get a good Norski bounce, go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So that's where Oregon will take over on their second possession of the night. As we check out some of, again, the pictures here from DMB Community Bank Stadium. And both teams after a possession, what are you seeing so far, Mark?
Well, obviously, Oregon is going to try to run the ball, establish that ground attack, and maybe get some play action out of the backfield with the ball downfield. DeForest can do a little bit of everything. They can run, they can throw. They just got to keep moving the sticks, and we'll see who can take advantage in the first quarter.
Our thanks, by the way, I mentioned Pizza Hut. BB Jack's as well here in DeForest. A big thank you for providing meals. And the ball on the ground once again, and a fight for the ball. The Norskies believe they have it, and they do. And wow, the Panthers have had a hard time keeping a handle on the pigskin early on.
Well, most teams that run option, Rich, run it all the time, so it becomes part of your fundamentals. And if it's not something that you do on a consistent basis, it can be a little bit loose. And that option seemed the timing in the backfield wasn't quite there. The pitch was kind of behind. The running back was ahead of the quarterback, didn't have that good mesh, and DeForest took advantage of it.
Big break here early on as the Norskies are inside the 10-yard line to start off the second drive of the night. And again, out of the shotgun, Armstrong straight up the middle and in for the touchdown as a big hole right there. And it's a you move me touchdown for Evan Armstrong and the DeForest Norskies.
Well, Dan Kissing, the head coach for Oregon, probably was feeling pretty good after those first two drives. They drove the length of the field off of the kick return and got themselves into scoring position. Defense held the Norskies to punt, and then they have the turnover, quick score. They're going to be reeling a little bit, but Norski took advantage of it.
And so DeForest draws first blood here tonight in the Kickoff Bowl as a snap on the extra point gets down. Kick is up and good. 7-0 DeForest. Will be back for more. You're watching the A-1 Furniture and Mattress Kickoff Bowl, and you are watching 57 Sports. So many sponsors to thank tonight, and I do want to get to each and every one of them. They include Courtesy Ford in Sauk Prairie. A big thanks to Dale Hicks over at Courtesy Ford, your new truck destination. Also, Tin Pin Alley, who brought us the pregame show as well. Thank you, Tin Pin Alley in Fitchburg. As Oregon had a big kickoff return on the first one, this time not going anywhere fast, as I am sure the special teams got a talking to, and after Turner's big return to open up the game, he got nothing on that one.
Well, it was funny. The kicker decided to kick it to the right side this time, but the Panthers flipped Turner, so he was on that side. He was able to catch it, didn't get the blocking that he needed to. DeForest hustled down and wrapped him up at the 24-yard line.
We will see now what the Panthers can do on their third drive after a couple of fumbles. The one fumble inside of the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 out at the 24-yard line as Gerard is going to give it off to Schutte. Again, that counter action across the 25 to the 26. And we have right now a sideline interview. Let's send it on down to the ladies.
We're going to take a little break on the sidelines for a Dale's Heating and Air sideline report. I'm joined now by Doug Crowley, who's an assistant principal here at DeForest. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for coming.
So I want to introduce this adorable, sweet child. Is this your daughter?
This is my daughter, Quinn. She's about 3 months old.
Oh my gosh. Treat to have her on the sidelines here. She's a trooper. I want to talk about a few things because it's a few weeks out from school yet, but you've had your freshman orientation already. Give us a few highlights.
Yeah, so today we had freshman orientation from about 8 until about 11 or about 1. 200 freshman team, led by 30 to 40 junior and senior leaders. They ran through their schedules. They did a bunch of team building activities. The juniors and seniors led them through the cheers for tonight, and as you can see, a lot of them came and joined our Norski Nation today.
That's such a wonderful way to get started into high school, to really have a full orientation and feel like you're part of the group. So congrats on that. And I want to mention, a little birdie told me that you were voted or elected, I'm not sure how that works, Assistant Principal of the Year for the state of Wisconsin. Congratulations, that's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah, I am in the 2017 Associate Principal of the Year for the state of Wisconsin. So, you know, probably my biggest honor is representing DeForest and being able to get kind of the things that we do and the things that we're proud of out there across the state and the nation.
Well, congratulations. Doug didn't want to brag on himself, so I had to ask your athletic director. So he spilled the beans. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, and we look forward to the rest of the game. Thanks, Dale's Heating and Air, for the sideline report. Back to the game.
And thank you very much as the Norski defense continues to pitch a shutout. Only one first down so far here tonight for the Panthers on offense. Third drive coming up here now for the Norskis, and we've seen them run, we've seen them pass. Like you said, it's a pretty balanced team so far.
It is. They got that sophomore running back, backup running back in the game again. See if he gets the ball a few more times.
Two wides, a fullback, a tailback, and this time on the keeper is going to be the quarterback, and nearly breaking a big one is Sam Vomhoff as he's ahead near midfield. And you see it on the Pacific Union financial replay. One arm tackle, otherwise he had some more. Big gain for Vomhoff and a first down.
You like to start out on your first play of a drive to get a big chunk out of that. Now you got your whole playbook ahead of you right here. Run, pass, play action. Very enviable spot to be in.
Two backs behind Vomhoff here on 1st and 10 near midfield as Armstrong going to get the carry off left tackle, and it opens up big time for him. Big, huge chunk of yardage for Vomhoff inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 12 and another first down.
Nothing cute about that, Rich. Just a lead play over the left tackle. A big hole there. Didn't get touched until about 10 yards down the field.
Great job on the interior of the Norski line so far here tonight as they are opening up some big holes for Armstrong. Vomhoff, who's been able to get some yardage on the ground as well. Receiver in motion is going to be Klein. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Good blocking out in front as Armstrong got a block as Klein pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line as he's able to tiptoe his way for 9 yards.
Big rangy kid. Jarrett Klein is 6'4", 195-pound senior. He was a punt returner, obviously a wide receiver, and he's got enough speed and quickness to run the jet sweep for them as well.
Love that jet sweep action, and there's so many things you could do off of that jet sweep action as well. You can run play action off of that, and the quarterback can take off with it. You can run option. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, and can definitely throw a defense off here tonight. The Panther defense on their heels. Actually, they gave Klein a first down as Armstrong now ahead on first down near the 20-yard line.
Speaking of the jet sweep, Rich, last year, Mentioned that we won a championship 8-player football for the team I coach, Madison Abundant Life. We won the game on the jet sweep in overtime. Obi Iwagwu from 12 yards out on the jet sweep got us the state title.
What a beautiful thing. And what is he doing this year?
He's running track at Davenport University on scholarship in Michigan.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Terrific. Exciting player. Got to see some highlights, and, well, what a great season for you. I think you got to show that ring off on the sports news, so that's good stuff as Armstrong up ahead to the 20-yard line is going to bring up third down.
And there's one of those counter plays off the jet that you mentioned, Rich. So bring Klein across to the wide side of the field, get the defense flowing that way, and just hand a nice lead dive play right underneath that to try to pick up a few yards.
Good shot there, too, of the DeForest faithful here tonight. Hawaiian night. Everybody is decked out in their Hawaiian shirts, looking great here in this beautiful stadium. Great atmosphere here tonight to kick off the 2017 season. Armstrong's going to get it on third down. He's got a first down and more as he powers ahead up to about the 12-yard line.
Looks like when they need yardage on the ground, Rich, that left side of the DeForest line is opening up some good gaping holes. I'm sure they're going to keep going back to that because if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely not. And Armstrong, what a first quarter that he has had. 9 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown for the sophomore tailback. That's a good start. Time running down here in the first quarter. Out of shotgun now as calling the signal. Vomhoff looks left side, tries to get away from the rush. He cannot as he was back in the grasp, got rid of the ball, but it looks like they're going to call grounding on that way back at the 25-yard line, and a big loss of 12 on the play.
53, Logan Ackerman, the defensive end, came crashing in, stayed home. When Vomhoff tried to roll out, he was right there, corralled him. And then Vomhoff tried to throw the ball away. There is no out-of-the-tackle box in high school, so if you throw the ball away at any point in time, it's a penalty.
And a loss on the play of 12. If anything didn't go right for the Norskies in the first quarter, it was penalties. 3 penalties for 27 yards. Other than that, it all looks good. On the scoreboard, it's DeForest 7, Oregon nothing, as I think they're going to have to switch sides now. I'm not sure what the delay is. I'm feeling good about tossing this to break. Am I tossing this to break? Let's toss it to break. All right, you're watching the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports.
More play.
Okay, I guess you learned something new as we're back out in DeForest. It's going to be an untimed down. I'm not sure how this works. So even though the offense committed the penalty, they still get an untimed down.
That is correct. Don't ask me why, but that's the rule.
Interesting. That doesn't make sense at all. As now they're blowing the whistle, and let's see, what do we got here? A timeout. Okay. Well, DeForest is calling timeout. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take another timeout? We'll come back and have this untimed down for you as we got a little bit of a disjointed thing going on. That's okay. Beautiful night for football. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more from the A1 Furniture and Mattress Kickoff Bowl here on 57 Sports. Yes, yes. By the way, all these timeouts that you are witnessing here tonight brought to you by You Break, I Fix. If it has a power button, they can fix it. Come in today. You Break, I Fix. So it's going to be 2nd and 26 after the intentional grounding. We have an untimed down. Vomhoff rolling out, and the pressure coming as he is drilled back at the 32-yard line. Good job of just getting rid of the football for Vomhoff. but boy, did he take a shot as he was drilled to end the first quarter. Okay, now we can officially call the quarter. DeForest 7, Oregon nothing. Back for the second quarter from the Kickoff Bowl, presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress here on 57 Sports. Yes. I don't know. That's weird. No, maybe. On every other level of football, if the offense makes the penalty, they switch sides, and or the half would end. I mean, it would. Yes. Start of the second quarter here from DeForest, Rich Reynolds, Mark Martinez, 7-0 Norskies facing a 3rd down and 26 coming up. By the way, if they get a first down, it's going to be brought to you by Festival Foods. Festival Foods, it's the little things. And so many, again, sponsors to thank this evening, including Pacific Union Financial. They do our replays. We're going to have offensive and defensive MVPs brought to you by Brunzell Lumber and Little Strokes Swim Academy. 3rd and 26, they go with the draw for Armstrong. He's across the 25 to the 22-yard line as a pickup of 6 on the play. And it's going to bring up 4th down here, and I'm believing the kicking unit is coming on. Maybe not, no. Vomhoff stays out there. Yeah, why not? 7-0 lead, 4th and 20. Vomhoff's going to have 3 wide receivers, 2 of them split out left. Armstrong is right next to him. Duffy is the tight end on the left side. Dropping back, Vomhoff looks over the middle, has a man, and overshot his intended receiver, Klein, who was open in the end zone. That had 6 written all over it, but Vomhoff fails to connect.
Looked like Klein was running a skinny post, and Vomhoff delivered just outside his reach to the outside. If Klein wouldn't have slowed down a little bit, just would have ran through that, he might have had a better chance to catch it. But it was a pretty good ball. Again, 4th and 20, not a lot in your arsenal for that. They got those tall receivers. He just threw it up to try to make a play and almost did.
That big sigh of relief you heard came from Dan Kissling of Oregon, who exhaled as his team dodges a bullet here, only down 7 in the early going in the second quarter. Gerard back to pass, has a man out in the flats across the 30-yard line, and a good pickup on first down as the pass was complete over on the far side to Cardell Phillips.
New quarterback in, Rich. Nolan Look, he's a junior.
Oh, here we go. New quarterback. Nice.
Coach Kissling talked about a quarterback battle that had happened over the summer, and he was going to give both quarterbacks a chance to play. Look's got this series.
So new quarterback and good results on first down as a pickup of 5. And now the handoff going up the middle to the fullback once again. Wanabo has a short gain. 3rd down for the Panthers.
Wanabo's got those tree trunk legs. 5'9", 210 pounds. He's a returning second-team all-conference running back from last year. Ran for more than 600 yards. Not a lot of running room this night, though, but he's looking to get on track here yet in the first half.
So 3rd and short here for the Panthers. 2 wide receivers. And Wanabo, the fullback, directly behind the quarterback. Look, he's going to get the ball straight up the middle. Not sure that he has it there. It looks like the official on the far side is short, and that would bring up a 4th down and inches, it looks like, as I don't think he got that.
It's going to be very close. They might have to measure that, but we'll see if Coach Kissling is a gambler here, going to go for it in his own end when he's got about 6 inches to go, if he's going to punt away.
We checked it out, the Pacific Union Financial replay, and no measurement needed as the head referee signals 4th down as no gain on the play. By the way, tonight's most valuable player is going to be brought to you by Anderson for Senate. Although I would think at this point we could switch that to Anderson for Governor. That's where Phil Anderson is going to be, as he is going to be aiming for Governor. 4th down Here we go, 4th and short, and to give up the middle, and this time a good push by the Panther offensive line, and it's going to net them a first down.
In football, Rich, low man wins, and the inside interior part of the offensive line for the Panthers were able to get off the ball quicker, stay a little bit lower, push the defensive line for the Norskies back a little bit, get the first down to keep the drive going.
Festival Foods first down, by the way. You can check out their new location over on East Wash. Fantastic. Absolutely love it. So at the 35 now, dropping back his looks to the right side, airs it out for his intended receiver. Nearly picked off Klein on the coverage there of Jack Hoffel, and Hoffel was well guarded on the play, and Klein nearly picked that one off.
Hoffel looked initially like he had about a step on him, and then Klein just had that makeup speed. Again, 6'4", 195-pound Klein, range. He was able to catch up with his speed and get out in front of the ball, knock it down. Almost intercepted it.
Man coverage about the best you could hope for on a pass like that. It was one-on-one, but Hoffel pretty well guarded there by Klein. Second down now, and the give is going to be to Schutte over the left side, and he's going to fail to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nice job up front of the defensive line of the Norskies to string that play out, running that 4-4-D.
Saw a 2 lineman pull there. Looked like the old Packers sweep, but the Norskies weren't full. They were able to crash some gaps. The linebackers came up and stopped them a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 11, and we'll see what Nolan Look can do here. Boy, it helps the defense out when you know what they're going to do. You would guess pass here on 3rd and 11. Play action, rolling right, and Look is going down. Back at the 21-yard line as the Norskies get the sack. It is brought to you by the Green Bay Packers Give Back. Yes, it's a give back sack brought to you by the Pack.
Interesting there. Their running game hasn't really been able to get on track, Rich. They tried play action off of that, which is not going to hold anybody when it's 3rd and 11. And the defensive end and linebacker just pinned their ears back and came after Nolan Look and took him down for a big loss.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know why you run play action when it's 3rd and long. I don't know who you're going to fool. It didn't fool anybody on the Norski sideline, and now they're going to get the ball back. Klein gets it about the 40, tries the right side. He's across midfield, past the 40, 35, and down to the 30, and a great return by Jarrett Klein as he puts the Norskis in their second best field position of the night.
Jaleel Turner got a little payback there, saving a bigger return than it already was by Klein by chasing him down. Turner was the big return guy at the opening kickoff here, and he played some defense on that play.
Taking a look at Klein right there, the benefit of some good blocking out in front of him, as it is now 1st down and 10 for the Norskies. Up 7, looking for more. They give to Armstrong up the middle, has a big hole across the 20 and nearly to the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the play. We're going to give him 16 yards and another first down presented by Courtesy Ford.
Really impressed with him. Again, I said it over and over. He's a sophomore backup running back. Got the starting nod because of an injury, but he's making the most of his chances tonight.
Check that. Courtesy Ford does something else in this game. There are penalty flag guys. No flags on the play. Festival Foods first down. Got to remember the alliteration there. Festival Foods first. They give to Armstrong, skips over a tackle and brings it down to the 10-yard line. I like what I'm seeing from Evan Armstrong so far here tonight. He's got some elusiveness right at the line of scrimmage.
And you got to give a lot of credit to that Norski offensive line. They got Blake Flynn, left tackle, number 77. He's a returning all-conference player from last year. 6'6", 212 pounds, so he's a lanky guy, but he can open up some holes.
Zapiniak split out to the left here on 2nd down and short. We'll call it 3. Armstrong, though, is going to get the ball again. This time tries the right side inside the 5-yard line, and a Festival Foods first as he brings it down to the 4 on a pickup there of about 8.
Inside running is open. Outside running is open a little bit there. They're moving the ball. They're good. Norski offensive line's got to be feeling pretty good about themselves right about now.
Yeah, and so many of the formations that they come out in, you've got to be thinking pass, pass, pass. It's shotgun. You got guys split out wide, but they're running the ball like crazy. That's already the 13th carry for Armstrong, and he is on the precipice of 100 yards. has a touchdown already as well, looking for his second one, and he fumbles. Nearly to the goal line, he lost the football, he coughs it up, and it is a turnover. Holy cow, the Panthers have the ball in the end zone.
And number 88 for Oregon actually made the tackle, brought his right arm around, punched it up through, knocked the ball into the end zone, and his Panther defenders' teammates were there to recover.
Wow, Arm had been flawless this evening. Looked like he was going in for his second touchdown of the night, and instead heartbreak for the Norskis. And boy, how deflating is that then for your team when it looks like, oh, he's in for the touchdown. Oh no, he lost the rock.
Yeah, it's a quick momentum swing there. One of the things you got to do with a young player like that, keep his confidence going. Tell him just hang on to the ball high and tight. 5 points of contact when you're running with that, so nobody from behind can come through and try to pop it out of there. He'll learn.
Panthers, by the way, had all the momentum going against them. Now they have it going their way, and now Phillips with a big gain across the 50 to the 40, the 30. Phillips down the sideline, one man to beat. He beat him. Touchdown, Panthers. No. The ref is going to mark him out of bounds at the 15-yard line. I thought that he was able to skip over the line. Instead, Phillips goes out at the 15. Regardless, a huge first down run for Phillips.
As an old-fashioned end around, Rich, hand off to the running back who hands it back to the end, coming around, got a couple of key blocks. Quarterback actually was out there blocking. God love to see that. And just about had a touchdown, but touched the white line at the 15-yard line.
Festival Foods first down for Phillips on a gain of 55. I'd like to hear you say that. Festival Foods first, gain of 55 for Phillips. Boy, that's a lot of F sounds right in there.
The perimeter running game is going a little bit for the Panthers, but if they want to get anything going, they got to get Wanaba going, running the ball in between the tackles, get that DeForest Norris defense collapsing inside. Then you can open things up on the outside with some of your speed and quickness that you have.
Armstrong nearly in for a first or a touchdown for the Norskis, and look at this. The Panthers come storming back. Had a touchdown of their own. Now it's Wanabo up the middle, across the 5, and down to the 1-yard line as Wanabo on a pickup of 10, a Festival Foods first down, and the Panthers have swung momentum around in this game a complete 180.
He carried guys. He got tackled by 3 guys at about the 5 or 6 yard line and carried him down to the 1. I guess who they're going to give the ball to here.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. It is Gerard who is back under center as now a fumble. And man, oh man, I'm not sure why that the rock is so slippery out there for both teams, but that's what we're seeing tonight as here at the 5-yard line, we're going to send it down for an interview. Let's go to the sidelines.
All right, we're going to take a little break here on Dale's Heating and Air Sideline Report to chat with Matt Bauer, who is one of the assistant principals here at DeForest. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure being here so far. I want to talk, we chatted a little before the break about some of the increased programs that you have, both for students who are excelling and also for some that are maybe lagging behind a little bit. Share with us what you're doing.
Absolutely. One of the things that we really take pride in is an ability to challenge students wherever they are academically. And so we're always stretching our advanced placement program options, and we're pretty proud that this year we increased our AP enrollment by over 50% and increased the number of students who received credits for college by taking the AP exam by over 50%. So kids really rose to the challenge, and we're doing really exceptionally well, even with college level classes.
Wow, well, an exciting time here at the school and during the game, of course, so that's really nice to hear that you've got some great programs out there. What about, I want to make sure we touch on PBIS and tell us what that is and what you're doing there.
Yeah, you know, PBIS is kind of a ubiquitous program across many of the school districts in the state. DeForest is no exception, and we really work to make sure that we're communicating our expectations with the students so they know what they are expected to do and how to meet those expectations, and really focus on when students do what we want them to do and what they really should do, not just in high school but in life. We acknowledge that behavior, and it has really helped to decrease the number of negative behaviors that we have at school.
some great things going on here on the field and academically. Thank you so much for sharing. Again, this is Matt Bauer, assistant principal here at DeForest. Thanks for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Oregon stopped inside the 10-yard line, and so a field goal setting up here from 28 yards out and knocked straight through by Hoffel, and the Panthers are on the board. All right, we have just about 5 minutes left in the first half. It is DeForest 7, Oregon 3, the Kickoff Bowl, presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress here in 57 Sports. Yeah. Well, no, I'm fine. I've never complained about a sideline report in my life. Okay, but okay. Yeah, I'm ready when you are. Yeah. Then we got ourselves a pretty good game here with 4:52 until halftime. 7-3, DeForest out on top, and it has been a momentum swing here in this game. Just when it looked like DeForest was going to go up 14-0, Oregon comes storming back.
Former Badger head coach for the Oregon Panthers, Dan Kissing, has to be happy they got 3. I'm sure he was looking to get that touchdown when they had first and goal at the 1-yard line.
The DeForest defense stepped up when they needed to, as now kickoff return is brought back to the 25-yard line, as that is where Vomhoff and company will set up on this drive with a 4-point lead. Just to let you know, the Midwest Engine Services halftime show is going to be coming up, so stick around for that. We got so much to bring you here on our opening night here at the Kickoff Bowl. We would also like to thank Jacobson Brothers Gym. By the way, they're going to be presenting our plays of the game. That's a little bit later on. And you've noticed by our game clock there, it's brought to us by Super Trooper Motors. And Super Trooper Motors, by the way, you could stop it in for a $10 oil change. That's right, $10 oil change at Super Trooper Motors. No gain on first down there for the Norskies. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Offensively, it has been the ground game that has dominated. 99 yards for Armstrong on the ground. Vomhoff has 13, another 10 for Klein so far in the game. So over 100 yards rushing, just 16 passing, as Vomhoff has missed on his last 4. He's going to try another one here, and he's got his big tight end, Duffy, on a nice little out pattern out to the 35, 36-yard line, and it's going to be a Festival Foods first down.
Really nice ball that Vomhoff threw there. Had to get it over the linebacker level, underneath the defensive back level on a nice 12-yard out route by Duffy. Again, Duffy returning all-conference tight end. You can see why he's the type of tight end you want to be throwing the ball to.
Breaks a string there of 4 incomplete passes for Vomhoff, who is now 3 for 7 for 27 yards. A give to Armstrong over the right side, and this time not a lot of room there, as the Oregon defense is a little more pumped up now that they got some points on the board.
They certainly want to slow down Armstrong. They're keying him now. The last 2 runs he had no gain on that first down play to start the drive, and then only 2 yards there, so they've corralled him a little bit here. We'll see if they can keep doing that.
2nd and 8 coming up. Norski's now going to have 2 wide receivers off to the right. Duffy, the tight end, to the left side. In motion is Klein. Jet sweep action. Klein is going to get the carry. Turns it upfield quickly and picks up a first down. A nice read there by Klein. Not to stretch it out, but go vertical and pick up 9 yards and a first down.
You know, the Panthers' defensive end on that side did a good job forcing the Jet to go underneath. He had no linebackers scraping where they should have been. Right in line to make that tackle. There's the big hole, and Klein was able to make first down.
Ball's resting right at midfield for the Norskies. Just over 3 minutes left till halftime, and you got to figure that Coach Minnick would love to run this clock all the way down and put points up on the board before the half. Nice throw that time by Vomhoff as he swings it out to the far sideline, and a pickup of 9 as the pass goes to Klein.
You can see when he sets his feet, he gets nice rotation on the ball, able to deliver an accurate strike and keep the ball moving down the field.
Well, I think that's one of those underrated things with a quarterback. If you don't know a lot about quarterback play, footwork is everything, isn't it?
It really is. Everybody thinks it's all about the arm, but it starts from the bottom up.
Absolutely. You need that good foundation. Vomhoff now throws high and well too tall for his intended receiver, Noah Brickheimer, on 2nd and 1's going to bring up 3rd and a yard.
And you saw it there, Rich. Thrown to his left. He's not quite as comfortable with the ball as he is thrown to the right where he can step into it. Thrown to the left, you got to open your hips up a little bit more, and your footwork's really got to be on point going to the opposite way when you're a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah, so many quarterbacks so comfortable throwing to that strong side, but there's a whole other half of the field, and you got to be able to throw to it. So good stuff there by a former QB and Mark Martinez. I like it as a give. Up the middle to Armstrong. He's got a first down, falls ahead across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Another Festival Foods first down. It is the 10th of the first half for the Norskies.
Looked like the Panthers' D-line was trying to jump the snap count there. Got a little jittery and had to jump back on the side of the ball on their own side, and DeForest able to push them off and get that first down.
Boy, what a workhorse Armstrong has been here in the first half. 17 carries, 104 yards, a touchdown. Also had that fumble in the end zone on the last drive, as Vomhoff now going to keep on a read option type play, and a couple of yards picked up for Vomhoff.
He seems like a scrappy kid, a good athlete back there. He's not the biggest kid. He's kind of slight, 170 pounds, 6'3" there. But when he decides to run the ball, he tucks it and goes, and he was able to plow forward for 3 or 4 yards.
Read option, sometimes in vogue, sometimes out of vogue on Sundays in the NFL. Still works real well on the high school level if you can run it. Vomhoff has some time with the blitz coming, airs it out, and it's going to be picked off. Great interception by Turner. He's going to take it down the far sideline, up near midfield, and it's Vomhoff, the quarterback, with the tackle at the 45. But a great play by Turner to pick off the long pass from Vomhoff that was intended for Klein.
Wasn't a bad throw. It was just a heck of a defensive play by Turner. He was able to tip the ball to himself. Went up the right sideline, tried to cut back a little late, and Vomhoff, you could see, was not happy. Somebody picked off his pass, decided to make the tackle himself.
So Oregon goes back on offense, second consecutive turnover for the Norskies, both times when they were driving. And now with $1:18 left till halftime, it's going to be incumbent on the Panthers to try and score. And look at Phillips. Strong run, then he gave up some ground. He was at midfield, goes back to the 48-yard line. He picks up 3, does Cardell Phillips.
Between Phillips and Turner, you can see that Oregon's got some ability to get the ball on the outside, and then they come back with their fullback underneath, try to get some running going as well.
See if Coach Kissling wants to take a shot and air it out here. He also has a few timeouts at his disposal as well, as I think he's got a full assortment. All right, here we go. Jared Stutchin into the game right now at middle linebacker. As on second down now, the give is going to be straight up the middle. Wanabo, not a lot of room there, as across midfield to the 49, and Kissling's going to burn a timeout.
Second possession in a row that Nolan Look is in at quarterback, the junior backup quarterback. Again, 2 quarterbacks going to get playing time tonight. Coach Kissling mentioned. Looks like he's got a chance to throw the ball a little bit more. Gerard, the senior quarterback who started the game, looked like he's a little bit better of a runner. But Kissling's going to mix and match until he can find the hot hand.
Stick around. We're going to have some more Dale's Heating and Air sideline reports during the Midwest Engine Services halftime show. Midwest Engine Service provides the best auto repair, brake service, tires, transmissions, and oil changes in all of Madison. So Check them out, Midwest Engine Services. We are at just about 44 seconds until halftime. I would also like to invite you to stick around after the game. We got Brunzell Lumber's offensive MVP, Little Stroke Swim Academy defensive MVP, Anderson for Governor's most valuable player, and the Jacobson Brothers Gym plays of the game. That is a chock-full post-game show, Mark.
It's going to take us a while, Rich.
It is.
So it's an interesting scenario we have. Kissing doesn't want to give DeForest the ball back, but they desperately need a first down. So what do you do here with 43.9 seconds to go?
3 wide receivers. Out of the shotgun is going to be the quarterback, Nolan Look. He looks right side. Nice catch. A one-handed grab on the play by Phillips is going to bring a first down on a pickup of 6.
Heck of a catch by Phillips. Went up, climbed the ladder, grabbed it with one hand, able to get the first down for the Panthers.
And it is a Festival Foods first down, and now the Panthers just under 40 seconds ago till halftime, looking to put points on the board. Down by 4, outside and stepping out of bounds is going to be Phillips on a short gain on first.
Obviously, in this scenario, the defensive backs are going to be playing back off a little bit, so those underneath routes are going to be there. Looked like they wanted to get a few more yards than that. He could have turned it upfield and got a few more, but he went out of bounds to save the clock.
Cardell Phillips right now, the offensive weapon of the first half for the Panthers. 3 catches, 14 yards. Also has 4 carries, 56 yards, as he has been the real explosive player, if you will, for Oregon. 3 wide receivers now for Look. He's looking right side for Phillips once again. He finds him. He goes down quickly at the 38. Going to bring up 3rd down, and not sure if Oregon's going to burn a timeout. They will not. Thought that they would. The clock continues to run inside of 20 seconds now. Another pass out to Phillips. He is at the 35, and he stepped out of bounds and did not get the first down. He could have turned up, picked up 2 yards, and got the first down. I think he lost sight of where he was on the field.
It's going to be one of those situations in film tomorrow morning when they're reviewing this. They can do a few things a little bit better, get a few more yards, and then get out of bounds. He would have got the first down for sure. Again, only 13 seconds, but still, you're going to potentially give the ball back with a team that has a basketball team at receivers that could go up high in the Norskies.
Boy, with the cushion that they are giving the receivers there, this should be easy money, as on 4th down and 1, a timeout for DeForest as they just came out to see how Oregon would line up. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a timeout with them? It's a you break, I fix Madison timeout. We'll be back for the end of the first half as you're watching the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports. Fourth down and 1 inside of 20 seconds here. The Panthers in Norski territory looking to put points on the board before the first half, and they will pick up the first down. And as Coach Hank Stram used to say, it's just like stealing as they're moving the ball right down the sidelines.
Matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
He said that too. He was a very quotable guy, wasn't he, Hank Stram?
A very colorful guy on the sidelines.
A coach's coach. I loved that stuff. Those old NFL films, fantastic football watching. So first down now. I don't think they'll need all 4 plays, just 10 ticks of the clock until halftime. Of the Panthers 28 yards away from pay dirt and trailing right now in this game by 4. They go to Hoffel again. He's got it at the 26, that's a 16-yard line. And Oregon right now is going to have to use their final timeout of the first half. So I believe they have one more. Yes, they're going to burn that right now. So 5 seconds left. We'll come back for the conclusion of the first half. 7-3 DeForest from the Kickoff Bowl, presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports. Taking a look at the Norskies down there, somewhere in that sea of humanity is one Jerry Rolke, who is an assistant here now. He was a longtime head coach here, won a state title, and they are going to have a ceremony in his honor at halftime. Well deserved for Coach Jerry Rolke.
Absolutely, and there's a bunch of alumni football players here to celebrate their old coach. He started coaching here when I was 1 year old, Rich, 1968.
Wow.
Head coach for a number of years, has spent the last 17 years or so as a volunteer. I'm sure there's a lot of love for Coach Rokley tonight.
Yeah, he was the head coach. I used to do DeForest games on the radio on 100.5 FM, and my color guy was Roy Tudor. By the way, hi, Roy. I know he's actually in Des Moines this weekend. He said he's got his DVR all set up to watch the game. Down on the sideline is his son, Chris, who is an assistant coach down there, and he is built like a Mack truck. He's pretty easy to pick out down there. Great family. Roy Tudor, one of the nicest guys anyone will ever meet. So, Roy, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying this game. The Norskies up 7-3, but the Panthers looking to change that. 5 seconds left until halftime, and the ball resting on the 17-yard line. It's a second down. That's inconsequential. What needs to happen here is that the Panthers need to shoot for the end zone. And looking forward, and the ball is going to be picked off on the far sideline as Cardell Phillips was the intended receiver, and that is going to be it for our first half of football. A good one for the Norskies, except for a couple of turnovers. They have the lead. It's DeForest 7, Oregon 3, as it is time now for the Midwest Engine Services halftime show. Let's send it down to the sidelines. Take it away, ladies.
That's an interesting way to wrap the first half. We are here on the sidelines getting ready for the Midwest Engine Services halftime show. And while the fans head to the concessions, we're going to cover all the action.
We are. You know, school hasn't even begun, and they have such a great turnout here for the DeForest Norskies. We're going to talk with freshmen to find out how orientation went today. Seniors are gearing up for their last year. We're talking about programs at the school and so much more.
Lots of great things, and some great coaches are going to be recognized. So make sure you stay tuned for a wonderful Midwest Engine Services halftime show. It's the Kickoff Bowl, and we'll be right back with more A-1 Furniture and Mattress High School Football Bowl Series.
Bring them out. It's hard to yell when the...
Welcome back to the Midwest Engine Services halftime show. Again, this is the Kickoff Bowl and our first Oregon interview of the evening. I'm joined now by Jim Kleiner, the principal of Oregon High School, and John Nettlekoff, who is not only a social studies teacher, but also a boys basketball coach. So thanks for trotting across the field tonight to chat with us.
Thank you for having us.
So a few things I want to highlight for folks at home are you've got some things that are happening with your facilities that we can give the opportunity to brag about tonight.
Yeah, beautiful night out here, wonderful facilities in DeForest, and we're really proud of what's going on in Oregon. We have a wonderful community, great kids, and the support that they've shown us has been under construction for the last 2 years, and this fall we will finish a brand new academic edition as well as some enhanced athletic facilities, and John is our head basketball coach, and he will be a part of our christening of the brand new gym over at school.
So lots of exciting things. What are you most excited about on the athletic side of the facilities?
Start academic. It feels like you're walking on a really nice junior college campus. It really is. It's sharp. But athletically, hey, the weight room is state-of-the-art. The gym is going to be electric, and it's something exciting for all the new kids coming into high school.
Well, lots of excitement, lots of growth at Oregon, and thanks for joining us and being with us this evening here at DeForest. Again, this is John Kleiner, who's the principal, and John Nettlekoff, social studies teacher and basketball coach. We'll be back with more Midwest Engine Services halftime show right after this.
And welcome back. This is the Midwest Engine Services halftime show, and we're at the game where DeForest is trying to take over the Oregon Panthers. So far, things are looking pretty good for DeForest.
We're happy with the start.
Joining me right now is Eric Runez, who's the superintendent here at DeForest. And Eric, when I was looking over your school information, you have a really neat program called STEAM and a new edition, actually a physical edition. Tell us a little bit about it.
So our community supported a $41 million referendum a couple years ago, and part of that included adding a STEAM edition to our high school. And it's really providing great opportunities for career and vocational experiences around science, technology, engineering, agriculture, and math. Really trying to get our students ready for the 21st century.
So just to clarify that acronym STEAM, it was science, technology, engineering, agriculture, and math. I've heard of STEM, but not STEAM. What's the agriculture part?
Well, we have a strong tradition, not only in Wisconsin, but specifically here in DeForest, a strong heritage in agriculture. We were very deliberate in wanting to include that. We have a strong FFA. Our ag education program has a number of students participating and great partnerships within our community. So we felt that it was important that we're preparing our students for the future in agriculture.
Okay, so this program is encouraging students to explore those fields. Is that right?
That's correct.
And now you've partnered with businesses and folks in the community. How so?
We've actually had a number of partners in the community, ranging from Findorf in construction to DMB Bank here locally to Evco in engineering of plastics. We're really trying to get experiences for our students, real-world experiences. We have them coming in to share their expertise. They share financial resources as well, and we're always looking for additional partners.
And looking for more. Alrighty, thanks, Eric. We'll be back with more here at DeForest versus Oregon Panthers in DeForest, Wisconsin. This is the A-1 Furniture Bowl Series Kickoff Bowl. Welcome back to the A-1 Furniture Kickoff Bowl. This is a Midwest Engine Services halftime show, and as you can see, I'm surrounded by a group of students who have been cheering on their team here in DeForest in the student section. So somebody share with me what tonight's theme is. Addie, that's your theme.
Our theme is beach tonight because it's a tradition to always have beach for the first game of the year.
Sounds like a good tradition to me, and obviously we're not on the beach, but there's lots of fun and spirit happening in the crowd. And I want to talk a little bit about school. So academically, we've got school year starting in just a few weeks. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to just like senior years. I think like mostly all of us like coming together more. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think like my classes that maybe I'll take like going into college too. So.
Well, you guys have been showing your spirit up in the stands, so I want to make sure we capture this on camera for you folks at home. Take us out with a cheer. This has been Midwest Engine Services halftime show. We'll be right back. Thanks to these guys.
O-R-E! O-R-E! D-O-N! D-O-N! O-R-E! D-O-N!
We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the A-1 Furniture Kickoff Bowl. We're here at the halftime show thanks to Midwest Engine Services. And an interesting fact, we are a couple weeks out from school starting, but freshman orientation was today. So we have three excited freshmen ready to start high school. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the highlights from today's orientation. This is Maddie, Lexi, and Ella, and thanks for being here. Tell us some of the activities you did today.
We lots of games, and our team, or our advisory one, we got first for lunch, and we also found our classes, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
How long was it? Was it a full day thing?
It was from 9 to 1.
And it felt like it was a successful event for you?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I remember about going into high school a few years ago is that there's some concerns that you might have about some of your first days, weeks, months in school. What are some of your concerns?
Like seeing all of the upperclassmen more in school was one of my main concerns, but going to orientation kind of helped because I could see like more of the leadership in our school because some of the seniors like talked to us and told us some advice.
So nice to hear.
Maddie, what did you have concerns about?
I was worried about getting lost because, I mean, it seems so much bigger than the middle school. But they showed us around and they really explained everything.
it's so nice to have those tips going in, and sounds like a successful day. Now a couple weeks out from school, you can feel confident on your first day. So thanks for being here. And no pressure, but you're not even in school yet and you're already on TV. So what a way to kick off your freshman year. We've got more Midwest Engine Services halftime show after the break. Stick with us.
2017 Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress. The first half is in the books, and we got a close one. DeForest leading at home 7-3 over Oregon. I am Rich Reynolds along with former UW Badger quarterback Mark Martinez as it's the Kickoff Bowl this week. Next week, it's Madison West at Madison Memorial. It'll be the West Side Bowl, and again brought to us by A-1 Furniture and Mattress. So in the Badger Conference tonight, in the Big 8 next week, as we have a full schedule. You can check it out online on our website, our Facebook page, all that kind of good stuff as we are just getting started. The sun has finally gone down. We are under the lights. They have taken full effect here at DMB Community Bank Stadium as Oregon will kick off to DeForest to get the second half of our Kickoff Bowl going. And the ball taken at about the 5-yard line by Jarrett Klein. He's across the 25 to the 29, and DeForest will start right there. By the way, in the first half for DeForest offensively, lots of ground game. In fact, 139 yards on the ground, only 36 yards through the air. So what we thought was going to be a balanced offense hasn't been for the purple and gold tonight. It has been ground game for the Norskies.
Well, they found some running behind sophomore backup running back, who's got a starting nod tonight because of an injury. He's been pretty effective, the Armstrong kid, and I'm sure they're going to look to get him on track in the second half here as well.
Out of the shotgun, Armstrong's going to get the carry to start the second half. Oregon now, I am guessing at halftime that Coach Kissling decided to get his Panthers together and say, we're going to have to key on Armstrong. He has been the offense so far tonight for the Norskies.
Well, Coach Kissling said the linebacker crew was the strength of his defense, and Sam Reynolds had over 100 tackles last year. John Kluss is a good linebacker as well, and those guys are going to have to be the ones to slow down Armstrong in this Norsky running game.
18th carry of the night for Armstrong, 107 yards, a touchdown and a fumble, and he weaves his way out to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line, a pickup of 3, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And you can see the blocking for the DeForest offensive line is not getting to the linebacker level on those two first running plays out of the half. The Panther linebackers have been able to get in and slow down Armstrong. He's not getting those gaping runs that he had in the first half.
Yeah, he had a lot of those, especially to start the first half off. Right now, it is the Oregon defense that's up to the task. 3rd down and 3, a big one here for Vomhoff and company. Out of the shotgun, play action, pressure coming, looks to the right side and connects out across the 45 to the 46, and that's the big tight end, Bryce Duffy, his 3rd catch of the night, and it's going to be a Norsky first down and a Festival Foods first down as well.
And that's their bread and butter passing play, that tight end, about 10, 12-yard out route where especially to the right side of the field where Vomhoff can set his feet, drive the ball, and make a nice completion.
I've been impressed with Duffy. 3 catches, 36 yards, huge target at 6'4", and you would guess that maybe the Norskies would be looking for him a little bit more as Armstrong is swallowed up whole that time by Logan Ackerman, 6'1", 230, and the junior just set his man into the ground.
Well, I contend that the left side of the Norsky offensive line is probably their stronger part of the line, and Duffy was over there blocking as well. They went to the right side that time, and there was nothing going, so we'll see if they come back to the left side of that O-line for the Norskies.
This time 2 wideouts set out to the left side of Vomhoff. Armstrong in the backfield, Duffy the tight end to the near side, and the give's going to be to Armstrong straight up the middle. A little bit more daylight that time before being brought down again by Ackerman, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Norskies.
It's interesting formation. They had essentially trips to the left. They had 2 receivers out wide, and they had kind of an H back over. They faked the pass after the handoff. We'll see if they come back to that, set up some play-action pass.
So 3rd down, we will call it 7 now for the Norskies. Vomhoff on the night, 4 for 10, does have an interception thrown in there as well. and 49 yards passing. So it's been a bit of a struggle for the Norski passing game as Von Hoff tries to put some touch on the ball. Instead, it's too far, and it's picked off. Down the right sideline goes, I believe that's Turner. He is in to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon Panthers, and it is Jalil Turner taking it to the house on a 52-yard interception return for touchdown. Too much air under the ball for Vomhoff, and it cost him that time.
Turner's an electrifying player. We saw it on the opening kickoff. We just saw, again, as you mentioned, Rich, Vomhoff was backpedaling when he threw the ball. He didn't get any drive on it, lofted it up too. Turner made a great play on the ball, takes it to the house for a pick six.
Turnovers have moved us in this game on the You Moved Me touchdown, and they have shifted the momentum squarely onto the Oregon sideline right now as DeForest, third turnover of the night. This time it goes as a pick six. The extra point on the way. It is good, and we got ourselves a brand new score. It's Oregon 10, DeForest 7. We'll take a timeout and be right back. You're watching the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports.
Thanks, Rich. We're down on the sidelines taking a little break from the game, and I sure hope that last scoring event wasn't because we took some of the spirit leaders away from DeForest. Joining us, we have 4 of their spirit leaders and their support team. Thanks for joining us right now. Alexa, what is a spirit leader?
For us, a spirit leader is someone who was selected by past leaders just to lead and get the cheers going, keep everyone on track and energized.
Well, we'll try to get you back up there real quick.
Okay.
And I'd like to mention the 4 of you here are the spirit leaders. Lots of spirit behind them too. But tell us a little bit about the theme for tonight.
Well, the spirit leaders pick all the themes for every Friday, and so this Friday we picked Hawaiian and beach themes since it's the first football game.
Aloha.
That's right, aloha.
And lots of spirit here in DeForest, thanks to you guys. So give us a little taste for viewers at home who aren't here at the game of what you can expect if you're in the stands at a DeForest Norski. All right, Janet, you're next. No, we'll get back to the game. Let these guys get back to the stands so that we can have full spirit here at DeForest. This has been a Dale's Heating and Air Sideline Report. Thanks.
We got spirit. Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you? How about Evan Armstrong? That'll pick up a 4 yards out to the 24-yard line after the electrifying pick six from Jalil Turner. And all of a sudden now the Oregon Panthers have the lead.
Well, we see Vomhoff can have a short memory oftentimes after an interception. You don't want that lingering to affect the next throw, and you hope that he just kind of gets the senses back to him and starts delivering the ball like he was earlier.
Tried to put a little bit of touch on the pass, and it cost him as Turner with the pick six. Now Armstrong going to try the right side. And all of a sudden, this Panther defense looks a little bit different. The easy yards that Armstrong was gaining at one time aren't there anymore as the Panthers are keyed in on the sophomore tailback.
They certainly are. Defensive end Noah Anders made the tackle there a couple yards down the field, but the 6'6", 185-pound senior was able to stretch those long arms out and prevent Armstrong from getting anything close to a first down here.
Pickup of 2 for Armstrong, 23 carries, 119 yards for the tailback. Going to be third down. We'll call it 3. 2 wide receivers to the left of Vomhoff, and it's going to be play action. He'll keep it himself. Read option. He will not get there. Some great defense as the charge was led by Sam Reynolds and Logan Ackerman, and a 4th down now for the Norskis, and the punt team's coming on the field.
And what you look at, obviously, to see who's winning that battle of the line of scrimmages, who gets the most push. In the first half, the DeForest offensive line was definitely getting the push on the Panther D, and you can see on that play the defensive line for the Panthers were able to get into the backfield, prevent the first down.
Panthers look like a new team. They are energized out on the field as the Norskis look to punt this one away. Duffy's going to handle the punting duties as a bouncer out to Phillips. Phillips going to let it roll, and it takes a good Norski bounce out to the 20-yard line. Panthers up by 3 with the football. By the way, Want to thank our sponsors here tonight, of course, including our title sponsor, A-1 Furniture and Mattress. Thank you to Mr. Paul Canarella, all the good folks over at A-1 Furniture and Mattress. How about Courtesy Ford bringing us our penalty flags tonight? Gotta say, for a first week game, not a lot of flags hitting the field here tonight. And there's been a lot of turnovers, not a lot of laundry.
We had a couple in the first quarter, but after that it's been pretty cleaned up. Rich, it looks like Cedric Gerard, senior quarterback, is back in starting. He started the game, and he's going to get the first couple series out of the half up for the offense for the Panthers.
Gerard and Look have been flip-flopping here, if you will, and sharing duties, as now Gerard's going to give the ball off to Phillips. Phillips breaks a couple of tackles, and one more, and he's into the open. The 30, the 40, and there he goes, 50, 40, 30, down the left sideline. Cardell Phillips is gone. Touchdown, Oregon. Unbelievable turn of events, and what an electrifying run. 79 yards on the carry for Cardell Phillips.
Wow, that's what I got to say about that. Looked like he was corralled in the backfield, not once but twice. Made a couple of cuts, made some guys miss. They might have him on the sideline here, and he's off to the races. He's got to be very careful here, Rich. He sticks the ball out. In high school, that's very close to being a penalty. Tuck that ball in, young man. Get across the line and celebrate with your teammates.
Absolutely, and then he does great job on the Pacific Union Financial replay there. Great camera work as you got to see the electrifying run of one Cardell Phillips. The extra point is good. The second half has been all Panthers. Our score now, Oregon 17, DeForest 7. The Norskies got some work to do when we get back to the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress here on 57 Sports. And we are back here at DMB Community Bank Stadium in DeForest. A brand new score, 17-7 Oregon, as it has been. The big plays here in the second half brought to us by Jalil Turner with the big 52-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then a 79-yard scamper by Cardell Phillips. It's been the Phillips and Turner show all night long.
It has been, and you got two incredible athletes out there. You can see the athleticism that they both have. Turner is a senior, but Phillips is only a junior. He's going to be an exciting player to watch not only this year, but next year when he's a senior.
Well, now up to that Norski offense that was so effective until the fumble in the end zone, and that has slowed them down as Jarrett Klein jet sweep looking to make a big play of his own. He will get 7 yards on first down. As we have another Dale's Heating and Air sideline report, let's go back to the girls.
We're going to take a short break from the game for a Dale's Heating and Air sideline report because in case you missed it during halftime, they were honoring some coaches here at DeForest High School. Now, since 1938, they have only had 3 coaches. Really incredible.
It is. It's amazing. And there's a new banner, a brand new banner on the side of the press box tonight honoring those 3 gentlemen.
Now, we're going to give you a couple of tidbits, if you will, on some of the coaches. Now, Coach Stalder was the first of the 3 from 1938 on, and he coached from 1938 to 1964 here at DeForest.
And actually, did you know this field is named after him? I think it's Stalder Field.
I did not know that, so good to know. Now, Coach Rolke is one that was also honored this evening, 1968 to 1999. Quite the run here.
And in a way, it's still 2017 because he's still here. He still volunteers. He's probably in the booth right now actually calling down to the coaches what he's seeing and maybe giving some advice.
So some presence still here on the field has been greatly appreciated, I'm sure. And now Coach Minnick, who is the current coach, now he took over in 2000 after Rolke and is still coaching here today.
And that's just evidence of the strong roots they have here at DeForest because he was assistant to Coach Rolke during his day. So it runs deep.
It sure does. Testament to the football program here at DeForest. So thanks for listening. We'll get back to the game. This has been a Dale's Heating and Air sideline report.
Second consecutive 3 and out for the Norski offense here in the second half as the Oregon defense has come to life. as another punt. It's going to go to Phillips. Phillips going to let it bounce and hit him. He's got to play that ball, and he finally falls on it at the 21-yard line. Didn't look too sure about what was going on there, did Cardell Phillips.
Fortuitous there for sure. I mean, if that ball gets away from him a little bit more, he doesn't fall on it himself. DeForest takes it over there, but fortunately for the Panthers, he was able to fall on it.
And right now, he is definitely in the running for the Anderson for Governor Most Valuable Player. I am guessing he might be in the running as well for Offensive MVP. Jalil Turner might be up there for Defensive MVP. They are the early leaders as we are halfway through the third quarter, a little bit more than that. 4:24 remaining in the third. Oregon up by 10 and with the football from their own 20-yard line. And a little counteraction is going nowhere quickly as the give on the play to Matthew Strassman, no gain.
Great defensive line play by the DeForest Norskies, staying home, not going with the fake. Cole Schmitteneck, 6 foot 250-pound junior there to make the tackle.
DeForest needs to come up with a big series here defensively. They have been able to force a couple turnovers. They can definitely use one right now as all the momentum clearly on the far sideline and with the Oregon Panthers. Now passing is Gerard, and Gerard had it out to Phillips. He bobbled it and then is thrown down, so the pass goes incomplete. Third down and long upcoming for the Panthers.
One of those kind of hearing footsteps with the receiver there. The playmaker looks like he might be wobbled a little bit, got popped just after he dropped the ball. Jalil Turner out there.
Oh, it's actually, Turner over there on the far sideline right now, who is taking a seat there, taking a look at him. Why don't we go ahead then and step away? We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back for third and long. You're watching the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports. Lots of sponsors to thank. How about the Green Bay Packers Give Back? Yes, for the second year, the Pack proud to support 57 high school football. Go Pack Go. 3:45 left in the third, 17-7. Oregon with a 10-point lead, but they face a 3rd and 11 right now. Gerard goes pressure and overshot his intended receiver on the play. Is going to bring up a 4th down, and the Panthers will punt for the first time here in the second half.
They had a little bit of a combo route out there on the Twins side there with a slant on the outside receiver, kind of a wheel route underneath. Rhett needed to put a little bit more loft on that, have a little bit more time to let the route set up, and he threw it a little early. It wasn't quite there.
Yeah, timing so essential on a play like that, and it definitely needs a little bit more time to marinate and get the guy open. Now pressure straight up and a block! The punt is blocked. It is going to be DeForest football inside the 5-yard line. And just when the Norskies were looking for that change of momentum, they get it in the form of a special teams play, as it looked like it was Griffin Holmes, number 7, barreling through and getting a hand up.
Trying to see who recovered it, but there was a great job by Griffin Holmes coming untouched underneath to block the punt. What a bunch of great big plays we're having in this game to turn the momentum on each side.
A huge crowd here out at DeForest tonight, a veritable sea of humanity that all of a sudden is back into this football game in full throat as the Norskies down 10, but inside the 5-yard line. The give is to Armstrong, straight up the middle, barreling forward. He's going to be held shy of the goal line by that stout Oregon defense. All of a sudden, the Panthers aren't giving up a lot on the ground.
You could feel the momentum shift there, Rich. It was quiet for a while, and the Panther defense went 3 and out 2 different times to stop the Norski offense, and now here we go with the Norskis inside their own 5-yard line.
And another Panther is down, so we will go ahead and keep on talking about the sponsors that we have tonight, including Super Trooper Motors. They bring us the game clock. By the way, Super Trooper Motors does a $10 oil change, or you can pick up a new car there. It's Super Trooper Motors. So also all of our Touchdowns brought to you by You Move Me. We've had a few of those tonight. Our offensive and defensive MVPs tonight brought to us by Brunzell Lumber and Little Stroke Swim Academy, respectively. Let's send it down to the sidelines right now. Dale's Heating and Air report. Take it away, ladies.
We're going to take another break for a Dale's Heating and Air sideline report. We're joined now by a familiar face, at least for us here at 57. This is Bill Teagham, the owner of Little Stroke Swim Academy, and he's joining us tonight because later he's going to be presenting one of the MVP awards. So thanks for being with us, Bill.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me. This is exciting.
So it is. It's a fun time, and we want to talk a little bit for viewers at home who aren't familiar with Little Strokes. Give us a little overview.
Yeah, well, basically, we're located in Wanakee, right here, right in DeForest next door here. And we teach swim lessons to kids 6 months on up. We do some adult lessons too, and some swim team and some water aerobics. But by and large, it's swim lessons. We teach kids how to swim well.
I've gotten to know Bill a little bit over the years here, and an incredible program that you offer at a brand new facility too. So some great things they're doing over there.
Thanks.
So, Bill, the award that you'll be giving away right here, Most Valuable Defensive Player of the Game,
pretty shiny.
Pretty shiny later tonight. Why do you choose to support local youth athletics?
Oh man, well, I was a local athlete, growing up, and I established such great friendships through the years, and just local sports is just such a good launching pad for so many things. Relationships for one, but just good, healthy lifestyle habits for the rest of your life, and so. It's exciting for everybody involved.
Well, we sure appreciate your support and looking forward to getting that award away tonight.
Thank you.
So you can stay tuned and see a little bit more of Bill, and make sure you stick around. We've got a lot more football game for you here. We'll get back to it. This has been a Dale's Heating and Air sideline report.
And while we were gone, a lot of reason to cheer for the DeForest sideline, and that is because it was a You Move Me touchdown as Evan Armstrong plunged in from the 2-yard line, making our score 17-14 as DeForest, with that special teams play with the blocked punt, has turned this game around, and we have got ourselves a barn burner here in week number 1 in the Kickoff Bowl. 17-14 is our score. Oregon with the football, as on the kickoff return, they're going to bring it back to the 34-yard line. All right, so now a couple of turnovers by the Oregon offense that happened in the first half. Now a very bad special teams play with a blocked punt. They still have a 3-point lead. What do you do here offensively, Mark?
You want to try to get a couple of first downs, see if you can get that outside game going a little bit. You had Turner and the other 17 and 13. See if Turner's back in here or not. He left with a little bit of an injury, but Phillips has been a great playmaker for them as well. See if they get the ball back into his hands.
Cardell Phillips going to be the back here on the near side as it is first down and 10. We'll call it the 35-yard line as Look's going to send it out into the flats. Catch is made, but for minimal yardage, if any gain at all, to Jack Hoffley, and it'll bring up second down and 10.
So Gerard came in, started the second half at quarterback for 2 series, and Look is back in. Look seems to be the more of the thrower of the two, but he's got to get his feet set and drive the ball.
Look, by the way, has connected on 5 of 6 of his pass attempts, so he can throw the ball a little bit, as thought it was play action. Instead, the give is up the middle, and big gain and a first down as it goes to Schutte, his best run of the night, as Schutte picks up a gain of 14 yards, and it's a Festival Foods first down.
That was a nice run there. He got a little lost behind that offensive line. The 5'11", 180-pound junior got a nice big gain there. See if they come back to that one.
Yeah, I lost him completely in that mess, and that's a good little counter play. When you can run plays like that and get your back lost, that usually is a good thing for the offense. So nice camera shot there as you take a look at Look over center, gives it up to Wanabo, and the big fullback is able to barrel forward for a pickup of 9 yards on first down. And I got to think, like you were talking about, this is exactly what Coach Kissling wanted to see to try and settle his team back down and regain the advantage.
Absolutely. They weren't getting their running game on track in the first half. They certainly seem to have it in the second half as they get a nice long 9-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 1.
Second and short now, wide receiver off to the right side. They give to Wanabo again, and good blocking out in front. And the fullback will trip his way up to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 8 and another Festival Foods first down. And right now, it seems like the offensive line of Oregon is winning the battle at the point of attack.
Looks like the DeForest defense is a little winded, a little taken back. The Panthers offense is getting a bigger push. And the defense is guessing a little bit. They don't know if they're going inside or outside. Oregon's got some good playmakers on the exterior, and then they got Wanabo who can pound it in between.
And with Nolan Look behind center, and again, like you mentioned, he's the thrower of the two. They've been running the ball effectively. As Schuette's going to try the right side, breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 35 and down to the 32 on a gain of 4 on first down.
And that time the DeForest defense did a good job stringing that out. They just need somebody to make the tackle at the point of attack.
Panthers up by 3, waning moments of quarter number 3. And what an exciting game we have had here today. Big plays, hotly contested contest. It has been seesaw. Everything you could want in a football game, we have had it here tonight. As a give, it's going to be to Schuette. He's going to scamper his way ahead. Little high step out to the 26-yard line and very close to another Panther first down.
I'm really impressed with the playmakers that the Panthers have. I know I'm sounding like a homer here. DeForest has a lot of playmakers as well. We knew about the DeForest playmakers from last year, carry over into this year. They had a number of all-conference players coming back. Oregon didn't quite have that many, but the ones that are making plays tonight are on display for us. Schuette's looking really good. Wanabo, as we know, carrying the ball in between the tackles, but the kids on the outside with some athleticism. They got the quarterback, Gerard, who can move the ball pretty good. Look, who the backup quarterback, and then we got Turner and Phillips as well, can do a lot with the ball. So pretty exciting offense for Oregon this year.
The Panthers did indeed pick up a first down. They moved the chains again. It's a Festival Foods first, 17-14. Our score, maybe the last play coming up here in the third quarter. A third quarter that has seen big plays, a pick 6, a 79-yard touchdown run, and also a blocked punt. And they have all led to big momentum changes. Wanabo straight ahead is now into the red zone and inside the 20-yard line as the Panthers continue to push the ball on the ground as we have hit the end of quarter number 3. Back for the fourth quarter right after this Dale's Heating and Air sideline report. Take it away.
That's the end of the third quarter. We're taking a break here on the sidelines with the Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning Sideline Report. Joining me right now, I have Emily. She's a 2016 alum from DeForest High School and a former athlete at DeForest, currently playing basketball at UW-Oshkosh. Emily, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your career as an athlete at DeForest High School.
Yeah, so I played volleyball, I did basketball here, and then I did track as well. Being an alum, it's awesome. Playing here, my experience is really good. We did really well, our volleyball, my junior year. Went to state, and then my sophomore year basketball, we also took it to state too, so that was really cool. Met a lot of friends, still have those friendships. It was awesome.
So I bet you would encourage some of the freshmen to get involved.
Oh yeah, for sure. Get involved with any sports you can, whether it's swimming or dance or cheerleading, just get involved.
And why was that so important to you?
Just the friendships I built, long lasting, lots of fun.
All right, and so what brought you here tonight? You're back to your high school.
Yeah, so we used to have, when I was back in high school, we had a lot of alumni come to games, so I just wanted to come back, support our team.
That's great. And so far it's looking pretty good for DeForest. We got 3 points behind right now.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, good luck at UW-Oshkosh, Emily.
Thank you.
All righty, and we'll get back to the game in just a little bit. This was a Dale's Heating and Air Conditioning Sideline Report.
And back to live action as Oregon continues to keep the ball on the ground and going to be just shy of a first down. Going to bring up 3rd down and short for the Panthers.
Great defensive line play by the Norski front four, able to penetrate the Oregon Panther offensive line, slow Wanable up in the backfield, let him churn only for a yard or so.
4th quarter, 17-14. Mark Martinez is the man to my left. I'm Rich Reynolds, and we'll hopefully bring you some of the great action here in quarter number 4. Schutte is going to pick up a first down, another Festival Foods first down on another run. And right now, it's just the Panthers keeping the ball on the ground. Nothing fancy, but getting lots and lots of yards and racking up lots of first downs.
The misdirection has been working really well for them. The kind of the end arounds, they fake the dive play, bring one of their athletic guys from the outside to take the ball on the edge, and the DeForest defense hasn't been able to keep up.
And this has been the perfect drive for Coach Kissling and the Panthers. After DeForest was able to get the ball in after the block punt, they're trying to get it back, and now it is straight up the middle. Wanabo dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. And what an amazing way to cap off a winning type drive. That's what good teams do. When they need to answer, they answer with 6.
Well, it started the 4th quarter. They started to play jump around just like they do at the Badger Stadium. Started back in the Ron Dane area, and Wanable looked like Dane. They're meeting the tackler at the 2-yard line, carrying him in the end zone.
Amazing drive for the Panthers just when they needed it, just when it looked like they had lost the edge in this game. They regain it on a ground-laden drive. They push the rock down the field and push the lead back up to 10. We'll be back out to DeForest for a lot more. Yeah, don't go anywhere. Looks like a good finish coming up here in the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports. The Friday night lights are in full effect here at DMB Community Bank Stadium, home of the Norskis in DeForest. And right now, the faithful that are here supporting their guys in purple and gold need to see the Norskis come back, trailing by 10 to an upstart Oregon Panther team looking for their first conference win in over a year. Crossover or not, a Badger win is a Badger win, as the Norskis will take over just beyond their own 30-yard line.
Oregon had a lot of guys returning with starting experience, 7 on offense, 6 on defense. So they felt this was a year they could turn things around a little bit, but like we talked about at the beginning, Rich, DeForest is always vying for that Badger North title. Oregon's in the middle of the pack, where they're looking to climb their way up, and they're making a good name tonight for themselves.
Yeah, I think the Badger South is a little bit more open than the Badger North is, with Wanakee and Mount Horeb up at the top. It's going to be a hard push for teams like Reedsburg and also DeForest here, as Armstrong picks up about 3-4 yards on first down.
The Badger South, Rich, actually added Watertown to it. Beaver Dam got added to the north, Watertown to the south. Watertown is expected to compete for that conference championship. They have a great quarterback over there, passed for 3,500 yards, 35 touchdowns last year. They can throw the ball for the Goslings for sure.
Yeah, that old Little 10 conference now completely dissolved. For years, they were going with less than 10 in the Little 10, and finally, they've disbanded and dissolved. Okay, we got a timeout. Why don't we go ahead and send it down to the sidelines for another Dale's Heating and Air report. Here we go. Take it away.
We're going to take another break here on the sidelines for a Dale's Heating and Air sideline report. You may have noticed the cheerleading squad has been doing a great job keeping the folks in the crowd pumped up all night tonight. I'm joined by Stephanie and Bailey, who are both seniors, right, on this team?
I'm a junior. I'm a senior.
Okay, upperclassmen. Now, one of the things that I wanted to highlight tonight is that this is actually a fairly young team, even though we're joined by 2 upperclassmen. 6 of the seniors graduated last year, and you've got 7 brand new freshmen on the team last year. So you guys really have to step up to the plate and be leaders, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things I wanted to chat about too is you recently had you're getting ready for your youth cheerleading camp. So tell us a little bit about what that entails.
That starts the first week school starts, and we do kindergarten through 4th grade, and we really encourage them to
come and cheer with us for the football games.
So really kind of mentoring those that could come up to be cheerleaders then later as well. And these guys, they don't take a break. They have a performance on September 8th for the ball game, so right around the corner. But also just looking ahead quickly to competition season. Tell us what some of the highlights you're looking forward to.
So we usually do around 3 to 4 competitions, and regionals is really the big one because that's getting us prepared for state, which is like the really big one.
Well, you guys do a lot of work. We'll look forward to seeing your performance on September 8th, and thanks so much for keeping everybody pumped up so far here at the game.
Thank you.
Again, this is the cheer team here, Stephanie and Bailey, and that was your Dales Heating and Air Sideline Report.
Great run by Evan Armstrong when we were gone, an 18-yard scamper, which, by the way, was his longest carry of the night. Armstrong putting in yeoman-like work here. 30 carries, 150 yards. I could do the math on that. That's 5 yards a pop. That's pretty good for the sophomore. He's going to get the ball again. This time he tries the right side after being successful over the left. He's going to find some room over the right, up ahead to the 35-yard line, and a first down on a pickup of 7.
Certainly no panic for the Norskies here. They got plenty of time, no reason to panic and start throwing the ball all over the place. If they can get their running game untracked, and they have with 3 or 4 really long running plays, they could get right back in this in a hurry.
Well, it's been the running game that has been effective for Coach Minnick. Tonight, it has been a struggle for their quarterback, Vomhoff. Vomhoff this evening, just 4 of 11, 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 that really hurt. But Vomhoff and company with the ball, driving at the 35-yard line of Oregon now. Back is Vomhoff to pass, finds his man, and what a catch. No, incomplete as Duffy unable to hold on as the big man, one up high, caught the ball up high, but was dumped on his head and lost the ball on the way down. Nice job by the Panther defense to separate the man from the ball.
Yeah, he went up high, tried to get the ball. Linebacker coming back to make the play, got him right in the knees while he was born. Flipped him over, probably looked a little worse than it was. Hopefully he can get right back in there.
I think he is going to be just fine. Vomhoff, though, fails to connect again. 2nd down and 10. Going to give it now to Armstrong again out of the shotgun. Not much there. Nice job by the Panthers, as coming in to make the tackle was John Kloos. And a good job by the linebacker to crash and get his man. It's going to bring up 3rd and long.
3rd and long here. Baumheim has a number of different receivers he can do. They've been running the ball a lot tonight, Rich, but they really got a basketball team out there as receivers as they go 6'2", 6'4", 6'4", and 6'6" for their starting 4 receivers. 3 receivers
Klein
and
is
the tight end.
6'4", Duffy's 6'4". You would think that one of them would be in on this play. Klein is split out way to the left. The tight end to the left is Duffy. On 3rd, and we'll call it 8. In the pocket, pressure now on Vomhoff, and he is going to go down. Swarmed under by a pack of Panthers. It is a Green Bay Packers give-back sack as Vomhoff is dumped at the 40-yard line.
Hayden Bell, senior, 6'1", 185-pound defensive end, kind of plays an outside linebacker role for them. Was the first one there, didn't allow Vomhoff to get the throw off, and then his teammates swarmed around him to make sure he couldn't get the ball off.
First sack of the night by the Panthers defense, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 15 from the 40-yard line, and Vomhoff and company are going to go for it. 3 wides, 2 of them are split to the right as Armstrong is the back in the backfield. Vomhoff plenty of time, looks over the middle, and it is picked off. Stepping in front of the ball and moving is Carson Smedley. Smedley down the left sideline across the 35 to the 32. 3rd pick of the night for the Panther defense as they continue to shine here in DeForest.
You know, it's 4th and 15. You're at the 40-yard line. You don't want to punt the ball. You think if you have to throw it deep and it gets intercepted, it's going to be just a punt. But when you throw a quick pass like that and you stare down the receiver and let the safety come make a play on that, sometimes that's what happens.
Smedley just playing center field back there and just saw that one coming, kind of like a 4-deep zone, if you will, and he's just waiting on that one. And it was easy pickings for the pick for Smedley And now the Panthers on the doorstep once again, up 10 and looking to put a nail in the coffin. It is going to be the Norski defense that needs to step it up here. Wanabo gets the carry straight up the middle, and the fullback bruises ahead for a gain of 5.
I think we're going to see a steady dose of number 43. Wanabo again returning second-team all-conference running back from last year. Scored the last touchdown for the Panthers. They're looking to chew the clock up, and Wanabo's going to get a lot of the ball. Like they used to say, it's not heavy, so just carry it down the field.
There you go. And I actually love teams that can use a fullback. And I think that's such an underutilized position in football. And you could gain yards and break a team's will that way. This time it's going to be Schutte. The halfback has first down and more, tiptoeing his way inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. Schutte on a carry of 11. All of a sudden, he has 9 carries for 54 yards and another Festival Foods first down. And again, it comes via the ground for the Panthers.
Like I said earlier, Rich, between Schutte, Turner, and Phillips, they have a lot of athleticism on the outside, and the Wanabo's a sure-handed fullback who can pound the rock in the middle. A lot of weapons for this Panther offense.
The Panther offensive line is hungry and continues to eat up the clock as they are doing it in big bites, as now off the option, it's Phillips with the ball, kind of that end-around action that we saw him break a long one on. This time a short gain for Phillips as he gets 3.
Ran about 25, 30 yards and ended up netting about 2 there just because the Norski defense was able to string him out, fight off a couple of blocks, and prevent Phillips from doing any more damage.
Boy, and he has done some damage tonight. Only 6 carries, but out of those 6 carries, 138 yards and a touchdown for Cardell Phillips. Clock continues to run here, much to the chagrin of the DeForest Norskis. 10-point lead for the Panthers as Wanabo with the give. No, not going anywhere there. The door not open for Wanabo as he is down at the 25. No gain, and it's 3rd and long now for Oregon.
Yep, DeForest knowing that they're going to just try to run the ball to keep that clock going, so they're just going to try to fill holes as fast as they can, and that time they're able to penetrate and slow down the Panther rushing attack.
Just about 5 minutes or so. We'll be inside of 5 minutes when the Panthers snap the football. And although the music is loud, it's kind of funny. The DeForest fans not right now. I think they're kind of stunned at what's happened out on the field so far here tonight. They had the lead at the half. It was 7-3, nothing doing here in the second half for their offense as Schutte dives forward. He's inside the 10, down to about the 9, but he's going to be shy of a first down on a pickup of maybe 6 or so. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and Coach Kissling looks like he might be sending the field goal unit out there.
Looked like a DeForest Norski defender had the jersey of Schutte there at about the line of scrimmage, but he was able to shake him off and get closer to the first down marker, but get him in field goal range at a minimum.
Hoffley was able to connect from 28 earlier in the game. Right now, this is a 26-yard attempt where they got it set up. Kick is on the way, and that is wide left. No good as Hoffley misses. 4:03 left in the game. The Norskis are still alive. 24-14 Oregon at the Kickoff Bowl, presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports. All right, the Norskis back with the football now, down by 10 as Vomhoff going to have to try and lead the comeback here. Out of the shotgun, has time, throws, and he has his man. It's Zapiniak as Zapiniak makes his first catch of the night on a gain of, well, call it 11 yards and a first down.
Field goals are certainly no sure thing at the high school level, Rich. That time for the Panthers, the snap was a little bit low, and just not quite the operation that you needed to get a successful field goal try. They missed it wide left.
I was actually surprised. I thought Coach Kissling would go for it there. The field goal puts you up. Still, it's 2 touchdowns. You still need a 2-touchdown comeback if you're DeForest. Nice tackle as a pass out in the flats to Duffy, and only a pickup of 2 for the big tight end.
DeForest obviously going into their hurry up. Sometimes this can settle a quarterback down where he knows he's going to throw the ball. He knows what route he's going to go to. He can just drop back and deliver good passes and go down the field, see if Vomhoff can get some momentum.
Clock continues to run. 4 wides now for Vomhoff. He's looking left, throws left, has a man out at the 40 and up ahead to the 42-yard line. That is a first down to Noah Brickheimer as Brickheimer picks up 10 on a Festival Foods first down.
This day and age of the no-huddle spread, and surprised they're huddling it up here, and they just don't go right from the line of scrimmage and call their plays.
We will go back onto the action on the field. 4 wide once again on 1st and 10. Vomhoff looking left again. Finds Brickheimer through his hands at the 47-yard line, and it's 2nd down. As we will go ahead and send it down to the sidelines now. Another Dale's Heating and Air sideline report. Here we go. Take it away. The cheerleaders trying to bring some cheer to the DeForest fans out here. It might be a little too late as Vomhoff overshoots his man, and it is going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Norskis. Just over 3 minutes left, and DeForest trails by 10.
Try to run a corner out there with Klein. A lot of jostling between him and the defensive back. He couldn't quite get some clearance, and the pass was incomplete.
So Vomhoff now getting some direction here from his coaches. As it is 3rd down, we're going to call it 9, I'm guessing here. Maybe it's a full 10. 3rd down and 10. Panther defense now going to back up, it looks like, into that zone. That's been effective for him so far tonight. Vomhoff has been picked off 3 times. Just a 3-man rush, but some pressure on Vomhoff. Long throw, incomplete, as Klein was the intended receiver out on the far side. 4th down, and I guess Coach Minnick and company got to go for it here.
You got under 3 minutes, you're down 10 points. That was actually a really good throw with some pressure in his face, just over the outstretched arms of his receiver.
Amazing that the Panthers were able to get pressure with just 3 guys rushing. So now 2:59 left, and the game is in the balance here. If the Norskis do not convert here, it's game over, as the Panthers with a 10-point lead trying to get the stop. Here we go. All kinds of time for Vomhoff. Tries the right side. Pass is complete. Well shy of the first down as he hits his intended receiver. That was Duffy, but Duffy only a pickup of 5, and when you need 10, that is not going to do it.
Swarming defense by the Panthers. Obviously, they know the Norskis have to throw the ball, but they covered the receivers, all of them across the board, almost double-teamed everybody, and was able to prevent the first down, take the ball over, and get there. What oftentimes you call your 4-minute offense out there to try to run out the rest of the clock, see if Kissling can do that.
So that is good news for the Panthers, as some of the DeForest fans are now starting to make their way to the exits. We're inside of 3 minutes left in the game, and a 10-point Oregon lead, as they have got to be pretty darn excited as their fans made the trip up north here. Granted, not too long of a drive as you take it up to DeForest, but they got to be happy. I mean, for a team that won 0-7 in conference just a year ago, to go into DeForest, a team that was picked by the coaches to at least finish 3rd in the Badger North, to come up here and get a win in week 1 is a big deal for this Oregon football program.
It certainly is. Oregon was 1-8 overall last year. They win this game tonight, they're going to match their win total already from what they had last season.
So 2nd down, it's going to be 5 after a pickup of 5 for Schutte on 1st down. He's had himself a nice game, 65 yards on the ground, as now Wanabo is going to get the first down. The clock then will continue to run after they reset the chains after a Festival Foods first down. And Wanabo, also one of those guys, had a nice game here tonight. In fact, Wanabo on the night, 15 carries, 78 yards.
Coach Dan Kissling, a former running back himself, I'm sure is pretty excited that Wanabo's been able to churn up some yards as well.
So inside of 2 minutes now. Again, next week we are going to have the West Side Bowl for you. Madison West at Madison Memorial, as we're going to be inside the Big 8 Conference. And now Wanabo has an opening, and there he goes inside the 10, down to the 3-yard line. A huge pickup, 33 yards for Mr. Wanabo, Brett Wanabo, who, by the way, now all of a sudden is bucking for offensive MVP honors with the kind of night that he's had. He's over 100 yards.
He's making a late dash for the MVP award in the overall game, Rich. But he's looking to score here, I'm sure.
Another Festival Foods first down, and with that, another large portion of the DeForest faithful going home. And it's kind of sad on a night when they were able to honor Jerry Rolke and all that he has done here. And after having the lead and having it at halftime, the second half has belonged to the Oregon Panthers, and they're in victory formation right now as taking a knee as Nolan Look, and they're going to run out the clock. And what a performance here tonight. Big plays really changed the momentum in this game. The pick 6 by Turner, then the long touchdown run by Phillips, and from there, it was all Oregon.
It was 7-3 there in the first quarter, Rich, and it looked like DeForest was in control of the ball game, even though they only had a 4-point lead. And then just like that, the momentum switched. Oregon was able to take charge in the third quarter and come out with a 10-point win.
Remember to stick around. We have got the offensive and defensive MVPs coming up, also the most valuable player, the plays of the night. Lots of stuff to talk about here tonight as the Oregon Panthers have pulled the upset in DeForest. Our final score in the Kickoff Bowl, 24-14. The Oregon Panthers defeat the DeForest Norskies on opening night here in Wisconsin. We have so much more to talk about. We will do that when we get back. This is the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture and Mattress on 57 Sports. Bald. Big win on the road tonight for Oregon, 24-14 over DeForest. And, Mark, they did it with big plays. And we saw a lot of electric plays and game-turning plays for the Oregon Panthers.
It was on all three phases of the game, Rich, too, on defense, on special teams, and on offense. And we saw one here with a tip to himself, and Turner is able to pick the ball off and take it back for a nice long run here to turn the momentum for the Panthers.
That's his first interception of the night. It leads us right into our Jacobson Brothers plays of the game. Speaking of interceptions, one there tossed up by Nolan Look. That was as the first half was winding down. At this point in the game, Oregon down 7-3. Same score until this pass. An overthrow by Vomhoff, and there's Turner's going to take it down the right sideline. His second interception of the night. This, a pick 6. And probably the play of the game as it turned everything around and gave Oregon their first lead of the night. They would add to it on this electric run. Look at this. Cardell Phillips goes 79 yards. I thought they had him down twice or 3 times.
I didn't even know he had the ball until he came out wide there, and then he made a couple of defenders miss. He outran a couple of defenders down the sideline, and it really turned the momentum for the Panthers.
Breakaway speed. Oregon went up 10 at that point. Wanabo puts the finishing touches on a 24-14 win. Brett Wanabo, the fullback, with a huge night tonight, as he also had this scamper after that. It was victory formation for the Panthers. They matched their win total from a year ago. They're 1-0 and now facing Mount Horeb Barneveld, a daunting task for anybody, but better to be 1-0 facing Mount Horeb than already down 0-1.
Yeah, great start to the season for Dan Kissling and the Oregon Panthers. They really put a surprise on tonight, this DeForest team with a great crowd, great celebration for their coach that had been here for 50 years. Not expecting to be on the loser's side tonight, I'm sure, but Oregon off to a great start to start the season.
Huge crowd tonight, and DeForest goes home disappointed, 24-14. 14 is our final. A lot more straight ahead as we will present the offensive and defensive MVP and the trophy presentation. All of that straight ahead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the A-1 Furniture and Mattress High School Bowl Series on 57 Sports. Good sportsmanship on the field right now. Both teams shaking hands, but the team with a big smile on their faces is the Oregon Panthers. They come into DeForest and upset the Norskies here tonight, 24-14. And Mark, I think everybody kind of stunned here tonight. Maybe even Coach Kissling, who kind of downplayed his team before the game tonight.
I think you could certainly say that's a statement win for the Oregon Panthers. DeForest has a traditional program that's been around for a long time. They've been the top of the Badger North Conference on and off over the last 10, 15 years, and Oregon's climbing their way in the Badger South. But everybody else in the Badger South better be aware this Panther team can play.
Lots of big plays to talk about, and why don't we take a look at some of them right now. These are the Jacobson Brothers Gym plays of the game.
Kickoff Bowl. We're here in DeForest where the Oregon Panthers have defeated the DeForest Norskies. Quite the game, and we've got an excited crowd here. But this is the award ceremony that is presented by Little Stroke Swim Academy. We're going to start with the Defensive MVP Award.
The Defensive MVP Award actually tonight is number 13, Jill Turner. He had a pick six. Good job. And here to present the award is Bill Teagham of Little Stroke Swim Academy.
Congratulations, Jalil. On behalf of Little Stroke Swim Academy, here's your Defensive Player of the Game award. Congratulations, well deserved.
So a great game and some great players, and hopefully you caught earlier when Bill chatted with us a little bit about why Little Strokes likes to support local athletics. So a great job to these players. We've got more award ceremony coming up after the break here at the A1 Furniture Kickoff Bowl, so stick with us. Welcome back to the A1 Furniture and Mattress Kickoff Bowl. We're here in DeForest, but as you can see, we've got the Oregon Panthers behind us who have come out the victors tonight in this evening's game. Now we are going to be presenting the Offensive MVP Award, and Janet's got a nice plaque there thanks to Brensell Lumber.
Yep, I've got the plaque right here, and this award tonight is going to number 17, that's Cardell of the Oregon Panthers. He had 138 yards rushing, 17-yard touchdown. Congratulations, Cardell.
We worked hard all season, all off season, and we just been day in and day out working on our craft and just, doing us, We've just been working hard.
Good luck the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Yeah, paying off and a great contribution by you tonight. We've got this big award to give after the break thanks to A1 Furniture and Mattress, so stick with us. Thanks to Brensell Lumber for the Offensive MVP Award. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the A1 Furniture and Mattress Kickoff Bowl. We're here in DeForest where the Oregon Panthers have defeated the DeForest Norskies. In case you missed it, quite the game. We're joined by the coach here, and we're going to give away a great award to these well-deserved players. So a great victory for you.
Thank you very much.
Coach Kissling, congratulations. Now this big trophy here is thanks to A1 Furniture and 57 Sports. Were you surprised for tonight's victory?
I thought that we were going to be just fine, and we had to get things going, and once we got things rolling, I thought we were going to be just fine.
All right, well, we're going to present you with this award, and then Mark and Eric have Rich have a few questions for you. All right, here we go right here. It's big, and it's heavy.
All right.
Congratulations.
We'll turn it over to Rich.
start.
Hey, Coach, you talked about needing to get it going early on. You guys couldn't hold on to the football, had a couple of fumbles, didn't go your way. But once you did get it going and your team got it going both offensively and defensively, that's a pretty impressive performance tonight, wasn't it?
It was. We challenged them at halftime, and all preseason, we have a pretty good team here. And we thought we could compete with anybody, and tonight we showed it, and our guys played their butts off.
DeForest had over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter. You were able to slow them down the last 3 quarters. What did you do defensively to slow down that rushing attack?
I think we switched things up on them a little bit from going from a 4-front to a 5-front, and I don't think they really expected that. And quite honestly, I think as the game went on, our kids got more confidence and they just started playing better.
Your running game dominated in the second half. How good was the offensive line play for you?
They're the key. They're the key. They're without those guys, we've been nothing. So they did a great job. They did a great job.
I knew that would get some applause.
You guys had 1 win last year. You matched your win total this year. Is this a statement game for the Oregon Panthers?
Yeah. We know that we know what we are as a team, and we know that we got some guys that can play, and we're just going to take one game at a time. And we know next week we play Mount Horeb, who's going to be a really good team in the Badger North again, and we're going to just one practice, one game, and we're just going to compete every week.
Coach, congratulations. A tough way to start out, but you guys, you rose to the moment and to the occasion here tonight. Big win on the road. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we thank everybody for watching the Kickoff Bowl presented by A-1 Furniture as well. Oregon with a big win here in DeForest tonight. Our final score, 24-14, Oregon. We'll see you next week from Madison Memorial. You've been watching the Kickoff Bowl on 57 Sports. Good night.